It can be really tempting to explain it away, to minimize things and say it's not that bad, or hope that if you don't do anything, it will stop anyway. These are all perfectly understandable responses because we'd all like to live in a world where sexual harassment isn't part of the job. But please, for your own sake, recognize that it is real, it is happening, and that it might escalate. A common response can be to blame yourself what's happening too. This can be a way of trying to give yourself a sense of control in a situation that, quite frankly, is not in your control. You have a right to be in the workplace and feel safe, and to be treated as a professional by everybody that you come into contact with. If somebody is violating that, that's on them, it's not on you. It's not the responsibility of people experiencing sexual harassment to stop it. So if you don't trust the reporting systems at your organisations, if you decide to do nothing about the sexual harassment that you've experienced, don't let anybody, including yourself, make you feel bad for that. This is the responsibility of the harassers themselves and the organisations in which harassment is taking place. Generally speaking, sexual harassers are cowards and they tend to harass people that they have power over. Maybe they're more senior than you within the organisation. Maybe they're an important client. Maybe they're under the illusion that they're a rock star just because they delivered a keynote at a conference. If there is somebody senior within your organisation that you trust, ask them for help. Because if you report this or try to stop it, the harasser may use their power against you and you are going to need some backup. Sometimes sexual harassment can happen over a period of time, and if this is the case, it can be really useful to document everything. So take screenshots of text messages, keep the emails, keep notes of what happened and where and when and who else was around, so that if you choose to report this, you're able to take evidence of a behaviour that's been escalating over time. And whilst you're documenting everything, also document your own work performance, including any reviews from your harasser, because one of the first things they're likely to do if you do choose to report is to try to discredit you professionally. A sexual harasser who's managed to operate unchecked for years is sadly likely to have a small trail of destruction behind them, and you may not be the only person that they're harassing at the moment. So if your organisation has an anonymous reporting system that you trust, use it. This shouldn't have to be spelt out, but sadly it does. You have a right to be in the workplace and not be sexually harassed, and your employer has a responsibility to make sure that that's the case. So whether you're experiencing sexual harassment by a colleague, a partner, a client, a supplier, you have a right to be protected. Empower yourself by doing some research and getting some advice about your rights. Be honest with yourself about any impact. Harassment is no small thing. So get some support for yourself, whether that's through your employer or by accessing something independently. Whatever you decide to do, whether you decide to report or not, seek help or not, value your talents. And know that if this employer or if this sector can't step in to make your work life safe in such a basic way, then you deserve to find a better home for your talents.